I'm Anthony.
And today we're going to show you how to kind of keep maintenance on yourself while running. These are kind of more popular running months. Mr. Anthony and myself are getting ready for a marathon, so this is especially important to us. We're going to kind of show you how to stretch your IT band and
strengthen your shins, because a lot of the time during these running months, and through September and October and November are big running months, especially for marathons, half marathons, and 5Ks. So this is the proper time to make sure that your IT bands are loose and not too tight, because if they're too tight, your patella, right here, your kneecap will actually slide depending on what side it is. So if you don't have a really strong inner thigh, it'll pull to the out of your thigh.
So your IT band is actually, since he has shorts on, we'll show on him, actually kind of runs up the side here. You can't see it in his legs specifically pop out, but it is more on the side. It is just a band, but it helps kind of keep everything in line, like you're saying with the knee. So keeping it in well maintenance is very important if you're going to run a lot this month.
And especially with your shins too, since we're going to be running a marathon, we don't want to get a stress fracture with all of our training. So we're going to strengthen all of our shins now.
So the first thing we're going to show you is kind of something to help strengthen your quad, just a simple activity. It's not very strenuous.
Now that Miss Amy's sitting down, now what we're going to do is this quad strengthening activity. So what she's going to do is she's going to tighten her quad in her leg. She's going to raise it up for about 5 inches, and she's going to hold it for anywhere from 5 to 15 seconds. All it is just help strengthening your whole quad, just to keep that band from messing up with your patella.
As you can see, it's not strenuous. I can say you're going to have a conversation all day, but it's just being able to keep that tight, helping it work on it. It's just a slow strengthening process. Nothing that you're going to get a huge quadricep from, but it's just to keep it in maintenance, not straining it, just nicely working it, relaxing it now that I'm down, tightening it when I'm up. So I just kind of work it a little bit.
And the big thing is, you want to do maybe 3 sets of about 10. It doesn't take a lot of time. You're only spending about 5 to 10 seconds on each leg. So do 3 sets on both sides for about 10 times, and it'll hopefully help you over time.
And the next one we're going to do is we're going to kind of show you how to stretch with a band. You can use a towel if you have at home. You can use a stretch band if you want. It's just as simple. It's not too thin where you can rip right through it, but it's thick enough to hold the strength. So we'll show you how to do this one first, and then we'll show you with a towel.
And this also helps stretch up the hamstring too. So if you have tight hamstrings, this is a good stretch for you. So what Miss Amy's going to do is she's going to make sure she gets it placed in about the mid-sole of her foot. She's going to come up, and then she's going to pull it to wherever she starts to feel it gets kind of uncomfortable. And she's going to try to keep this leg flat on the ground, just like that. And you want to pull it to where you start to feel kind of a little tension in the hamstring. So not a pain, but where you feel it get stretched a little. Get it stretched?
Yep, I can feel the stretch right in my hamstring. If I go any further, it's painful. If I go any less, I can't feel it.
Yeah.
So right about there is good for me. It's different for everybody.
Yeah, so you want to hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds, and you want to do this exercise about 10 times, so 3 sets of 10 on both legs.
And you can just easily switch to the other leg and do the same thing. With the towel, just take it and do the same thing. Put about mid of your foot. I just kind of rolled it up, mid of your foot, and same thing, pulling it back. Just kind of an assist with it. So same thing, just not stretchy, but it's long enough that I can grab on. These are shin strengthening ones. So you can use this on a stair. We have a little bench we're going to use, but just something where it gives you a little leverage to move your shins up and down. So what Mr. Anthony is going to do, he's going to start, and he's going to put his toe just kind of right on there to where his heel's off. So you see how this chunk of his foot's on there, but it's not in the mid part, and the rest off. So you want just kind of like your front part of your toes on there, leave your arch off and your heel off. So he's going to stand on there with both feet, and he's just at midway now. So now he's going to go up on his toes, and what that's going to do is that's going to stretch this and flex that. So this is being stretched, that's being flexed. So then he's going to go down, and being on a stair helps you get this extra movement. If I was flat on the ground and only went up and down, I couldn't get that extra stretch in this. So now when he goes down again, you're stretching that and flexing this. You go up and down, it's going to feel more on your calves at first, but after you do so many reps, you're going to start to feel it in your shins, and that's where you really want it, is on your shins. So after doing so many reps of it, you can do 3 sets, 10 reps. and that'll be good. Just kind of do that same thing after your run, before your run if you really want to, just to kind of get that nice workout in your calves and your shins. You want to work more on your shins.
Do this for about the same amount, 3 sets of 10 or 2 sets of 15. Just something that is comfortable and it doesn't take a lot of time. You can do them on the stairs, anywhere that you have a little platform you can stand on.
Another good thing to do for your shins, if you're really having pains in them after running and everything, you can take, what works really well is kind of a blunt end of a smooth surface. So like a butter knife sometimes helps, the end of it, as long as it's a nice surface. But if you just kind of rub it, you don't have to push hard, but just rub it up and down the areas that it hurts, it kind of helps work out those areas that are painful. If you ever heard of like rolling out on a foam roller with rollers, when you do it on your other muscles, it kind of helps get that knot out of it. Same thing in your shins, since this isn't as fatty tissue as a lot of your other body, and it doesn't have as much muscle in it. Doing something more like a butter knife bend works really well because it kind of gets right in those areas that would hurt. Even if I maybe even use my thumb and went up and down, it would work too.
A lot of runners will sometimes have shin problems when they first start out, so by doing these even before you run or twice a day, will help build that up. So over time, when you get ready for yourself, even if you do a marathon, your shins are ready to handle this, especially at your IT bands.
And if you need anything else hurts, look up online. There's so many resources out there that can help you with different areas that hurts. Different runners' websites have a lot of helpful hints for you when you're running. Just look it up if you're not sure. Call your doctor if you're not sure. Anything to help you stay well maintenance when you're running is really beneficial to you and your body. So I believe that's all. We will see you next month after we run our marathon, hopefully.
Yes.
So we will see you then. Thanks for listening again. I'm Amy.
I'm Anthony.